Song by Kirk Franklin, Silver and Gold. How many of you remember that song? You know the lyrics. Hey, put the lyrics in the chat area. Silver and gold. Let me help you. It's a silver and gold, silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. No fame or fortune, nor riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Awesome song. Awesome song. I was thinking about that song as yesterday, New Life, the Life Changers at New Life celebrated my leadership and First Lady's leadership. And it just grabbed me. This month, it marks 11 years since I was consecrated as a bishop. When I was consecrated a bishop, part of the ceremony and part of the, for lack of a better word, ritual, and part of that whole worship experience was for the church and the members of the church to bring pieces of gold that was very important to them to the church, and there was a gold offering. And that gold offering, people brought wedding bands where they had divorce, and it, tore their lives apart. And as a result of the ministry that God had permitted me to speak into their lives were put back together. People brought all kinds of things, jewelry from their parents, very, very touching things. They wrote long stories with it. I have those stories to this day. I also have some of the gold. Now, you said, now, Bishop, what did they do with all of that gold? Well, they took that gold, and if you can see, this is one of my bishop rings. This is a signet ring. I have several rings, and it's not about the bling bling. They brought that gold, prayed over the gold. The gold was consecrated, and it was taken to a jeweler. A jeweler then made the sacred jewelry that I wear as a bishop. This particular ring is like this ring. I'm saying I'm ever committed to First Lady. She's the love of my life, and I'll never, ever break away from her. Here it is. And that's why I wear this ring. This ring symbolizes the same thing, that I'm committed to serving the church. Hold on. Got to share this with you. Now, these things symbolize that, and people brought the gold. Now, we didn't use all of the gold. In fact, the jeweler had some gold left over, as you can see. This is real gold. It's 67.8 grams in one and 64.8 grams in another. These little pieces of gold, not little pieces of gold. And should I want to go have some crosses made again that I wear? Now, hang in there with me. I want to take you somewhere with this. If you see a bishop that is a legitimate bishop, not somebody that consecrated themselves, but they went through the process, they went through the college of bishops, they went through all of the training of becoming a bishop in the Lord's church. Part of that whole thing was the gold offering, as I said. And you have these rings that are made from it, and the cross that I place over my heart, and the chain, and all of those things is gold. But when I thought about that, that's not why. That's not why I serve. It's not silver or gold. It's not fame or fortune. It's about leadership. And there's three things I want to share with you. concerning leadership. One is leadership is selfless. It's selfless with great sacrifice. 1 Corinthians 11:33 says, when you come to eat, wait for one another. In the book of Corinthians, they had a lot of issues going on. They were divided. They compared themselves based upon their giftings and how they operated in the gift. And Paul stepped in and said, look, you need to, when you come to eat in the agape meal before you have communion, wait for the poor people that don't have anything to eat. And so that tells me that leadership is about being selfless. Paul said, look, if you want to be great, you got to be selfless. Here's the text. I didn't give you the text. Let me give you the text. The text is Mark 9:35, and it says, anyone wants to be first must be the very last and serve all. If you want to be first, you got to be the very last and serve all. Matthew 23:11 says, the greatest among you will be your servant. If you want to be first, you got to be the very last. And if you want to be great, you got to serve everybody. So to that end, as I was saying, leadership is about being selfless. And Paul said, look, there are poor people around you that can't get to the table to eat because all of the people that have everything get there first, eat everything up. Paul said, you got to wait for other folk. It's about being selfless. It's about being selfless. The second thing in terms of leadership is you're always searching for opportunities to help someone else. You're always searching for opportunities to help someone else. 1 Corinthians 12:25 says, have equal concern for others. Have equal concern for one another. Look for opportunities to help somebody else, especially right now. You know, in the pandemic, right now I had the church to say, hey, send out an email. I need to find out who is unemployed. I need to find out who has had COVID. Because when you're not coming to church in the physical building, it's kind of hard to assess. Because I need to find out, because we got to put something together so that we might be able to help others. Search for opportunities. Be selfless. Here's the third thing. Leadership is lifting others. It's lifting others. In Romans 15:14 says this, accept one another as Christ accepts you. Accept one another as Christ accepts you. Hey, don't look down on folk. Christ didn't look down on you. He lifted you up. He lifted you up. He didn't have to. Didn't have to leave the side of his Father to come and save the world for folk who hadn't even turned toward him yet. But he did. And he said, with that same way, you look at others, you search for others, you be selfless, and you also accept others as Christ accepts you with all of your warts and all of your problems. So, sorry about that, but I just thought about the fact that how the people on yesterday showered love on me, and I just felt like, here it is. It's not about silver or gold. It's not about fame or fortune. It's not about riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. What's your takeaway this morning? Being great is about serving, not about silver and gold. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. Hey, share the manna with one other person. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you.